What's up? What's happening? What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Animation Station, your one-stop destination for anything and everything animation, including two superheroes that fight crime on the other side of the world. And today we have a two-parter. Yes, I'm reviewing both parts, so why not? But I'm going to talk about each part separately, my overall thoughts on it, and then I'll talk about my overall thoughts on the two-parter together after I discuss both parts by themselves. So let's start with the first part of Queen's battle, which is Style Queen. This episode by itself is another one that's just really good, not quite great though. We get a bit more insight into Chloe's character, and we see that she tries to, obey her mom, and her mom is one of the biggest reasons why she is the way she is, because her mom is somehow even worse than Chloe. Yeah, even worse. I never thought I'd hate a character more than Chloe, but oh boy, I did not like her mom. She was even worse than she was. Like, oh my goodness, it was so bad. But Style Queen herself is a cool villain. I really liked the design, and it did look like Ladybug was going to be on her own this time because Adrian got frozen immediately, so no Cat Noir to help this time. And then when she tries later to give someone a Miraculous to help, in this case, Alia just ends up saving her from getting frozen. So, yeah. Pretty wild. And then, so that means that Ladybug has to defeat this villain all by herself. And it doesn't really go so well. I mean, it works well at first because you see the weakness, glue. Get it? Glitter, glue. Ha, ha, ha. Funny puns. But, this is another one of those episodes that kind of has that problem with outsider interference, where Plag literally risks revealing his existence to Hawkmoth by using his cataclysm to literally almost break all of Paris just so they can get the Akuma. Like, my goodness. This is our first little peek into how powerful Plag really is. Why he is the Kiwami of destruction. Like, he's powerful. He could break the whole world if he wanted to. And this episode does also frustrate me a bit with terms of Marinette, how she outright forgot Miraculous while she was fighting at the tower, which seems a bit out of character for her, but it's not that bad, so I'm willing to give it a little bit of a pass. And the other thing I don't really like is how after getting deakumatized, the mom learns absolutely nothing. Like, she learns literally nothing. She's still the same spoiled... You know what? I'm not cursing because this is Animation Station. But, the same spoiled brat. Like, she learns nothing. And that's frustrating considering the fact that usually after someone gets deakumatized, the problem is solved and they become a better person for it. But this is that one occasion that doesn't work. I also really like how this tied into a much earlier episode with how Marinette gets to actually see Adrian on a fashion show with the hat she designed in another episode, which was a really nice touch. And the way that she does get pulled away after she gets, realizes she left a Miraculous at the Eiffel Tower, does feel a bit contrived, but I'm willing to give it a slide if they are able to, make it interesting. And here, it just really doesn't work all that well. Not horrible, though. I've seen worse. I'm not going to score these individually because I feel like that's a little pointless because it is a two-parter, so technically it's a special, which means technically, just like how I do for SpongeBob specials, it counts for double the points. So, yeah. Just wanted to talk a little bit about this first part. It's really good, not quite great, but hopefully the second part is a lot better. So let's go ahead and move on to Queen Wasp. Alright, this was much better than the first part, that's for sure. This part was great. This was the great part of this special, was this second part. This whole second part was great. Like, I love how we got more of Gabriel in this episode, and temporarily, he outright gives up. Like, he lets Nuru free, he says goodbye to his wife, he shuts down his lair. Like, it's a touching scene. And then he also goes in public for the first time since his wife's apparent disappearance, and he hugs Adrian right there in public, which is cute. I'll admit that's a very sweet moment. Like, I really enjoyed that. And then we got a little bit more of Chloe in this episode, and she's actually not as annoying as I thought she was going to be, but they definitely gave her a lot of character development, how she tries to get the acceptance of her mom. Like, it really works, and it's really good here. I still think Chloe's a terrible character, and I don't like her mom any less, but, well, I like her mom even less after that, but you know what I mean. And then seeing Queen Bee for the first time is a cool design, and seeing how Chloe tries to be a hero instead ends up being more of a villain than anything, which leads to her getting akumatized, is really cool. The one thing, though, that really disappointed me about this episode is that Queen Wasp gets defeated way too easily. Like, just put her in water and that's it. Like, come on. You could have done something more with that. We didn't even get to see another Miraculous form in this one. Like, we don't get, like, the Aqua versions or something like that, which is weird. I'm going to admit that right now. But seeing Miraculous heroes fight against each other is a really cool idea. I mean, we got a little bit of that in an earlier episode between Ladybug and Cat Noir, but man, it just felt like it was a severe missed opportunity to introduce another new elemental ability to the Miraculous, to the Kwamis. And Chloe revealing her Miraculous and her identity right there in public, like, yeah, that was a dumb decision. But I do think the ending's pretty sweet in a twisted kind of way, where Marinette helps Chloe get her mom's acceptance and lets her go to New York while she stays home. But then they end up both just staying in Paris, so I mean, that plot kind of goes nowhere. But my goodness, this episode was great. Like, this was the great part of the special that I was waiting for, and it definitely bumps the special up a lot, because like I said, the first part is just really good, not great. This is outright great. I'm not sure it would be my top 10 of the season kind of great, but it's still a pretty great episode. And as you guys know, I do give double points to specials. I made this little thing when I did the SpongeBob reviews, so it's only right that I do the same here. So, what are my thoughts on the special overall? Well, it's great. It is a great special, though admittedly it is just because of the second half. Because if it was just the first half, it would just be a good special. A really good special, but just good, not at all great. But the second part is what makes this great. Like, the second part, if it was its episode by itself, it would be a top 10 episode, but since it is part of a 2-part special, it doesn't really feel right to put it on a top 10 list by itself. It's either the entire special or none of the special. So, yeah, that's where I stand on all of that. So, my final verdict for this special, I'm going to give it a... I wish I had my SpongeBob notebook so I can remember what scores I give for specials. I'm going to go 18 out of 20. 18 out of 20 for the final verdict for the overall special. And then if I was going to rate the 2 episodes by themselves, which again is kind of pointless, but I'll do it anyway, I would give Style Queen a 7, and I would give Queen Wasp a 9. That's where I would sit with that. But overall special is an 18 out of 20. It is a great special, though it is just barely great, and it is because of that second part. If it didn't have that second part, it would probably be down to like a 16 out of 20, but it is still a great special, and I really quite enjoyed it. But again, that second part does a lot of the heavy lifting. So, yeah. This episode, yeah, great special. Check it out. Just know that the first part is not as strong as the second part. The second part is the true highlight. Okay, now for me to shut my mouth and actually get a throat lozenge, because we're done with that review for today. And, since I am doing this, you're not going to be getting a review tomorrow. I'm going to take a day off to recharge. And instead, I'm going to wait for the 23rd to continue. And we only have 3 reviews left, which is Maledictator. And I'm also going to talk a little bit about Siren, because apparently that review got pulled for whatever reason. And then all that's left is Heroes Day 1 and 2. And I am going to review these by themselves because, according to Christy, they have a very significant cliffhanger. So, yeah, those 2 I will review separately, but I will still count them as a double part special, just like I do with this one. So, yeah, that's what we have to look forward to. So, yeah, we're almost done with Miraculous March 2. Pretty crazy. It literally feels like we just started and now we're nearing the end. So, yeah, just want to thank you guys all for watching. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe if you haven't already. And stay tuned as we finish off Miraculous March 2. And, yeah, once we finish that off, Mario movie is right around the corner. So, you have that to look forward to on the 5th. So, yep, that's going to do it for this review. Thank you guys for watching. My name is Jack Small. This is Animation Station. And I'll see you guys next time. Take care. Have a miraculous day.